You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? Boy, God, it never ends. Hi, asshole. Here's my situation. Please keep details such as name and place and industry anonymous. You're a youngish man. You live in a state that sucks, and you work as an accountant. You make $90,000 a year, $7,500 savings in cash, $100,000 in brokerage account, $30,000 car debt. Oh, you sure you're an accountant? 20,000 school debt, 121 IQ. Work situation is shit. Ever since and even before the great merciful Corona chance situation happened, I was tired of the corporate employers taking advantage of me. I'm salaried, therefore I make no overtime. I work like a dog. Since I do taxes for a living, I'm in the midst of second busy season, and on average I work 60 to 70 hours per. Yeah, there's like 4 busy seasons now with extensions and reads and all that stuff. I feel drained, tired, and no desire to work for my current boss. I wake up, then I work, then I go to bed. I stop working out or have any sorts of fun because my boss puts so many projects on me. Whose fault is that? Guys, I don't know if does it not get through? What do you think the solution is? Get another job. My place is horrible. My wife treats me like crap. My husband beats me. Leave. Whoa, what? Hold on. What should I do? The firm that I work for is severely understaffed. They just hired a bunch of new people that'll start in some time. This doesn't help me now because the busy season will be over by the time they come into the office. I'm rereading it so it doesn't identify you at all. Plus, the problem seems to be constant when the firm hires. Oh, some of the people will leave. The owners know we are understaffed. They acknowledge this in the meeting. I'm having trouble finding employment right now. My resume is full of short 6 to 12 months gigs in the past 3 years. Yes, I jumped around a lot, which I totally understand, man. I totally understand. Recruiters started questioning the fact that I seem to leave companies on a whim, and they are correct. Similar situation. Well, is it really a whim, or are they just horrible employers? Here's the problem. That you live in a state where they are just known. These washed up boomer, now Gen X assholes are known to just screw over you guys and gals. You don't work in these states. What's wrong with you? Leave. You live in basically a quasi-Marxist state. What are you doing there? They have a corruption perceptions index, but that's for countries. I'd love to see them do it for the United States. I guarantee you're one of the most corrupt states. Leave. And you didn't use paragraphs. That's why we charged you a lot. Because now I got to go read through this sea of text. Similar situation seems to occur all over this industry and became even worse due to the disease and employers trying to save and make as much money as they can. I feel stuck. Well, that's another thing. Yeah, you are stuck because you're in the worst recession we've had since recorded time. I want to quit so bad and pull a Lester Burnham on them. However, the $30,000 car debt, whose fault is that? And $20,000 student loans haunt me. Please help me. What should I do? I'm tired of feeling stuck and constantly being taken advantage of. I'm pretty good at what I do, and it shows. The reason I quit jobs so many times in the past 3 years is because the situation keeps repeating. I get hired by a company. I do good work. They see me doing good work. They pile up tons of difficult projects on me, while other staff members have lighter and more easier loads. I get burned out. Well, do you go and say, I can't handle this workload anymore? Have you tried that? I find a new gig and quit my current one. I'm sick and tired of this treatment. I want everybody to fuck off. What would you do in my situation? Please provide 2 to 3 scenarios. I'll help me pull out of this rut. I want a video on the subject. Name your price. So I asked you, do you have your CPA? You don't have your CPA. Huh. I have tried going for the bookkeeping business before until 2 of the previous firms that I work for maybe sign a non-compete agreement that I will not solicit any tax or related businesses on the company. Well, then you don't sign that. After doing some research, it turns out this type of employment condition is common in law and accounting professions, and while not all firms employ it, a lot do. Okay, here's what you do. Create an alias. You just create an alias. My name's Bob Bobson, and you take a picture of your buddy Frank, and you put him up. Hi, I'm Bob Bobson. And then for whatever reason, it sounds like you work at a small company. I don't see why they would do that. They find this site, they're not going to see your face. You don't put your number up there, you get a different phone number, you get a different email. You make it untraceable, and the only way is if they knew what the LLC was. So if you can even look it up on the state database, which I don't know if you can. And then go to Wyoming, set up your LLC there. They can't look it up. That is not public. Once I found that out, the side hustle idea went out the window. I did not want to get 5 to 10 clients that I would have to let go. So if you have 5 to 10 clients, you could get rid of your job. Reputation is everything in my field. I would never be able to recover after that stint unless I moved to a different state. Not a bad idea. Also, without being a smartass, how do you expect me to work 2 jobs when I have trouble keeping my main job? I guess you work more. Dude, you're talking to a guy who pulled 100-hour work weeks back in college, like when it was like vacation, like everyone go home for vacation. I work full-time with the school full-time. Don't tell me 60, that's cute. 60 hours a week, that's real cute. Very cute. I guess you stay up more and you work more. Or, what I recommend you do, you go find a security guard. How many times do I have to talk about the security guard job? Find a job where you can work on other things. Namely, building up your bookkeeping business. Right? You quit your job now, you go work the nighttime security gig. By the way, seem to have questions and problems, asking questions in advance, like, do I have a non-compete? Right? You ask them, can I do work while working here? No, I'm not taking the job, thank you. And then you build up your business. What's great is you got a skill that'll work. You could probably say that people need bookkeepers. And then AP, AR, general staff accounting stuff. I mean, you're not completely hopeless without your CPA. Get in contact with the CPA. If you've been doing taxes, you know what to do. Do their taxes, hand it off to a CPA, have them sign away at it. But that's how do you have a choice now? Mr. $30,000 car loan? Do you have a choice but to work more? It's always well, how do you expect me to do that? Dude, you're the one to put yourself in the position and there's no other way out. You dug yourself in that hole. What do you want to do? I guess you better dig yourself out. The reason why I reached out is due to not having any personal time for 2 or 3 months whatsoever. I understand the two-pronged approach, but you need time for that, which I do not have at this point. That's the problem. This upcoming weekend, I will also work about 8 to 12 hours. Okay, so the weekend, 12 hours divided by 2, that's 6 hours. That's a lot of time during the day to do other stuff, isn't it? No. You're not going to get sympathy from me. Not for me. Dude, I should go back to the police department, see if I can't find my old shift reports and pull out the data. But man, 60 hours, dude, regularly for 3.5 years, I did 80 hours a week. You're not going to get it from me. That to me, I'm like, well, you at least got 10 hours a week to do something else. Time is just not there. Yes, it is. 100,000 K are in the real. I want to know what the brokerage was, not a pension one. I could liquidate some of them. However, I have to pay taxes on that at the end of the year. Okay, dude, you just put in your 2 weeks notice. Okay, you got $100,000 in your brokerage account. All right, what I would do, you don't have to do this. It's up to you. But I would liquidate enough money that you can live on for about 6 months. Right? You need a break. Okay, let me phrase it. Be prepared to liquidate some money out of your brokerage account. One, to pay off that stupid fucking car loan. What the fuck is that? I don't know. What I would do is I would sell your car, of course, you're going to have a balance left on it because I don't know how you're an accountant and you didn't do the math on that one, but you didn't. So you're probably going to have a residual car loan debt. So liquidate whatever you got out of the brokerage account there, pay off that residual balance. Boom, now it's done. If you'd like to, you could look. The stock market's had a pretty good run up as of recent, right? Take 20 grand, pay off your student loans. Boom, now you don't have debt. All you got is rent. And what I would then do with your boss is say, I can't work 60 to 70 hours a week anymore. My health is, go to a doctor, have a doctor write up something so you give it an air of authority. So you're having a nervous breakdown, you have social anxiety or whatever, panic attacks, whatever. Say, look, I went to the doctor. My health is starting, I can't work this many hours. I'm working no more than 50 hours a week. Right? I can't go, and then if he says, well, we can't have it, fine. Put in your 2 weeks notice, you're done, you're out. And then what I'd recommend you do, you find yourself a security guard job, or maybe just take some time off and live whatever you got on your brokerage account there. In that, once you get your little recovery time, maybe you find yourself a job as a security guard and then start building up your bookkeeping business. In conjunction with that, you're also going to start studying for the CPA. So find a school that's accredited where the master's classes will count towards your qualification to sit for the CPA and get your CPA. But you know what? Don't be surprised if instead of spending 70 hours a week making other people rich, if you spend 30 hours a week trying to make yourself rich and get yourself clients, if all of a sudden you got more work than you know what to do with. Especially now, it's like bookkeeper heaven. Now, all these old, I need to see my account. Fuck you, Grandma. It's all COVID now. I got to do it online. Then all of a sudden you're looking at digital nomad. You go wander in the desert as a security guard for 2 years. You end up getting your CPA. You end up building up a client base. You end up having enough money and clients that you don't have to even get your CPA. And then you decide, since they're all online, you decide to sit on an island down in Phuket, Thailand. But yeah, man, you can't keep this job. You just can't. That is, give it a shot. Say like, look, hey, I can only do 50 hours a week. I recommend going talk to a doctor. Tell them you got anxiety, panic attacks, whatever. Have the doctor say, look, doctor said I can't do this. Your blood pressure's high, whatever. Maybe your blood pressure actually is high. You say, I can only do 50 hours a week. I can't do any more. And if you want me to do more, you're going to have to pay me more. And it's going to have an end. Like it ends after this busy season or something. And you never ever take a job like this again. You don't sign an NDA and say, no, I have a side business. I will be doing my side business. You're like, oh, huff and huff. Oh, we're Gen Xers that are stupid. We're baby boomers that are all left over and losing our minds. It should be just shuffled off to the nursing home. But huff and puff. I guess you're not working there. Because you're probably the type that if you've been going job to job, I did that too. You're not the type to be employed by other people. And you got to make this transition. And guess what? You better get used to 80-hour work weeks. It's like you need to watch the movie 12 O'Clock High. It's about the 8th Bomber Air Group in World War II. And they're already running their team Ray, their bombing cruise Reagan, and their current commander, whose name is Keith something, he's like, damn it, they need rest. They're cracking up, and they're starting to fall apart because they're too taxed. Well, Keith, they fired Keith. And then they bring in Gregory Peck, General Savage. And he goes in there and says, I don't give a shit. We don't have reinforcements coming. We don't have enough planes that are coming in. We got the team we got now. And he gives them and says, you're not going on leave. I don't care how tired you are. I don't give a damn. The way home is that way through Germany. Now quit bitching and whining and let's go. And he turns up the heat. He gets everybody going, giving the full effort. And they end up actually taking pride, which creates its own energy. And then, we win in the end because that's how war went. But everyone's more on target. People are tired, sure. And then in the end, he ends up cracking because he pushed himself too far. But you get to do that. You get to do that now. That's your job. Total maximum effort. We need to understand total maximum effort. Yeah, and your brokerage account, dude, that's a great brokerage account to have. Now pay off your fucking debts. And don't you ever buy a car with debt ever again. I don't even want to know what dipshit dude bro car you bought for 30 grand with, and who knows what the real price was, how much you paid it down. Fred Freeman Sawwell for $5. Fred, just send me the email. Just email. You don't have to pay anymore. Can I fire my mom and have Elkins do my taxes? I need someone who's good with making sure I dot the I's and cross the T's for 401k rollovers. Contact elkincpa.com. I'll put it in the thing. elkincpa.com. Tell them I sent you. Is that it? That all we got? That's it. Boom. There we go. All right. Questions, answers. AskConsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.